Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the MundaneMatt Show. I understand things have been interesting in terms of changing, in terms of, well, just changes on the channel over the course of the past couple months. I've been trying to figure out a new or a method that I like more. And truth be told, I think this is what I keep going back to ultimately is something like this, a simple one-off show where we talk about what's going on and I give you my thoughts. You guys leave your thoughts below in the comments and it works. I think that is the best course of action. So here today on the show, I got a good variety of stuff for us to talk about here. It's going to be covering Roseanne Barr talking about the fate of Roseanne Connor on the show. I'm sure you can already tell it's not going to go very well. Of course, we're talking about YouTubers and the mystery box situation, which I find to be weird. There's also apparently a Border Patrol serial killer. There's a horrible, terrible, heinous joke in there somewhere. And then, of course, Coca-Cola getting into the pot game. I know. It's Coca-Cola. Didn't they already used to put cocaine in their drink? Now they're coming in on the weed thing? Yeah. Well, that's kind of where we are right now. But let's jump into the first one here. And this, of course, is the situation involving Roseanne Barr speaking out about the fate of Roseanne Connor. Now, she says here that her Connor's character gets killed off by an opioid overdose. Now, I don't know if you guys saw my previous coverage of this, but that's exactly how I suggested it was going to happen. That was exactly how I predicted they were going to handle the whole situation. Now, look, I just want to preface that by saying I don't think she should have been fired. I think the left lost out on an insanely teachable moment, showing that there had been problems, that there had been mistakes made, and they were going to find a way to tie that in to the overall storyline of the show. They were going to tie that into the overall storyline of the season, and they were going to run a redemption arc. And there's nothing wrong with wanting a redemption arc. There's nothing wrong with wanting that to be what you do in life. There's nothing wrong with trying to be a better person, admitting fault and moving on. Sometimes it's not good enough for certain people, but you can't really worry too much about them. You have to worry about you. And I think that would have been great for Roseanne. I think that would have been fantastic for Roseanne if they would have actually done it like that. But this is what she says. Roseanne Barr revealed just how her character will be killed off in the upcoming spinoff of Roseanne after she was fired from the ABC series in May for writing a racist tweet. She told Brandon Straka on his YouTube show Walk Away that the writers of the ABC spinoff The Connors elected to have her character die by overdosing on opioids. Oh yeah, they killed her, she says. They have her die of an opioid overdose. A rep for The Connors did not immediately return the request for comments, but she made it clear that she is not happy with her character's fate, saying it was disrespectful to fans who loved that family on the original series, saying here, there's nothing I can do about it. It's done. It's over. And that's absolutely true. That's 100% true. It's done. It's over. I don't agree with the outcome, but that to me was probably the number one way to go about it. If they weren't going to put, it was either going to be rehab or they were going to kill her off, because the way that the season ended, and this is a spoiler, so I'm sorry, is that Roseanne had become addicted to painkillers. And obviously that was going to tie into the next season. That was going to tie in to what they wanted to do in regards to telling the story, probably trying to shine light on the opioid crisis that very much plagues many parts of this country. And that would have been, again, another angle, another redemption arc that they would have been able to explore. Roseanne hits rock bottom. At that point in time, they then decide to go and get her on the right path, get her help, get her looked at, get her treatment, and then go from there and then bring her back. And I feel they missed out on something that was going to be good for the show and something that was going to be good for the character and good ultimately for America, however weird that might sound. But no, they dropped the ball because that's just kind of what they do. So definitely leave your thoughts on that one below. I'm curious, is this going to stop you from watching The Connors? Do you care anymore? Are you just done? Are you going to boycott ABC? These are things I'm curious about. So definitely fill me in. But now I do want to talk for a quick second though about this new trend that apparently is going on with certain YouTubers. And it's insanely dumb, in my opinion. That would be the YouTube stars are buying sinister mystery boxes on the dark web in a new viral trend. Yeah, because the way that I should probably explain a bit more in regards to how YouTube trends work. If you're not a YouTuber, you probably get it, but not really. Okay, so the way YouTube operates is we have to produce content every day. Every day. Right? Every day. We're always producing new content. It's the grind. Everyone understands it. Everyone knows it. No one likes it, but it is the way that it is. And so when you are a certain channel and you want to kind of get ahead of certain things, you at that point will probably want to sit there and, go for something that is viral. Go for something that is trending. Go for something that people out there are talking about, that they are engaged in. And that is what this mystery box is, this mystery box thing. Now, it says here that YouTube trends are numerous and wide-ranging, from the gently amusing attempts to make children think they're invisible through a new trend of opening mystery boxes on camera. A mystery box is one that's been purchased online. It contains an assortment of items. These might be benign, like old gadgets and toys, or they might be a lot more alarming. Some unboxings have resulted in blood-covered items, mobile phones with creepy pictures on them, and even things that look like but probably aren't body parts. Often these boxes are bought on eBay or sent between YouTubers. Now, when they're sent between YouTubers, what does that essentially tell you? That it's an inside thing. Ultimately, that's what they're trying to tell you, right? So what you have to understand about that is when YouTube, when you go to someone's channel and you look at the right side of the page, and on the right side of the page, you'll see related channels. Those channels are in that YouTuber's cluster, meaning that if they produce similar content, the system will then reward that. So these YouTubers that are doing mystery boxes are probably working together as a way to boost numbers. And this is a blown up shot of the screenshot that they showed there, but it gives you an idea of what to see here. So we've got $750 sneakers, only eBay hype beast mystery box. Yeah, okay. So he's got 84,000 views. Sniper Wolf, or S Sniper Wolf, unboxing a $5,000 mystery box, 2.1 million views. Random Frank something or another right there says, I paid $250 for $1,932 worth of mystery tech Amazon returns pallet unboxing. And this guy down here with 2.7 million views. Guava Juice unboxing a $50,000 mystery box from eBay. Now, do you really think that these people legitimately paid the $50,000 for that mystery box? No, of course not. They're just putting a number out there because they have to constantly one up. They have to constantly build up through the rankings. It's part of the system YouTube itself has created, and it's one that is just, it's so stupid. It's so terrible, but this is what they do. This is what they do. This is how they built it up. This is everything that they've built this algorithm on that kind of forces these trends. I don't know how to identify them. I don't know how to tell you to tap into them, but you can kind of see when they're happening. And these YouTubers are now going on the dark web. Apparently, they're going around to something like Silk Road, or at least some whatever equivalent of Silk Road there might be now, and they're buying these dark mystery boxes that can contain whatever. I feel like I should go to eBay and open up a store titled Matt's Mystery Boxes, and then just sell random crap I find from the Goodwill down the road. Go to a thrift shop, drop $5, put it on eBay as an $800 mystery box, and then sell it to some Yahoo who wants to try to make a big video on YouTube. Actually, the more that I think about it, that's probably not the most horrible idea on the planet. If people are willing to pay for it, I might be willing to sell it. Again, I'm also kind of a purveyor and advocate for legalized prostitution. This kind of feels like it'd be something very, very similar in that particular front. But that being said, this is what they're doing. And I'm not mad. I'm not mad at them for it. It's a game. It's a hustle. Like I talk about the news, they open mystery boxes. Maybe, just maybe, I'm in the wrong line of work. Speaking, however, of being in the wrong line of work, this dude, the serial killer U.S. border agent admits to killing 4 prostitutes. Yeah, the guy's in the absolute worst line of work at all. This guy's name is Juan David Ortiz. And he is definitely a killer. It says here that a Border Patrol supervisor remains behind bars in Texas on Monday after he confessed to killing 4 women and assaulting a 5th who managed to flee and alert the cops, police said in court records. Affidavit said that Juan David Ortiz provided voluntary verbal confession early Saturday in the deaths of these women. Webb County District Attorney Isrido Alains, I'm mispronouncing that, I very apologize for that one, described Ortiz as a serial killer whose victims were believed to be prostitutes. Ortiz, a U.S. Navy vet who had worked for Border Patrol for 10 years, is the second agent in Laredo to be arrested on a murder charge this year. The district attorney praised law enforcement for tracking down and arresting Ortiz early Saturday. So yeah, this guy had hunted down and he killed 4 women, 4 prostitutes, and probably figured no one would ever miss them. Probably figured that no one would ever miss them until one got away. And it's always the one that gets away, right? That's the horrible joke I wanted to make at the beginning of this. Anyway, it's a horrible thing. I'm glad the woman was able to escape. I'm glad the woman was able to identify him, and I'm glad the woman is able to help get him behind bars. He's being held on $2.5 million in bond and charged with 4 counts of murder. So I don't think that this dude's going to be making his way out to any time in the future at all. But speaking of companies. Well, it's not even really related, but just jumping over to another topic here. So what we've got Coca-Cola. And Coca-Cola, we know, has been around a long time. All right. Very sugary drink. It's probably contributed more to diabetes in this country than Wilford Brimley's ads. And we know that obesity is also a big problem in America. So they probably have seen that maybe there's going to be some downward trajectory that could be happening with Coca-Cola products, or they want to jump into a whole new market, which is why they're doing this whole thing now, where they're eyeing cannabis-infused drinks, saying here that Coca-Cola is closely watching the fast-growing marijuana drinks market for a possible entry that would expand the company's or the world's largest soft drink maker ambition away from sugary sodas. Yeah, because eventually that's going to go away. People are going to kind of maybe give up, or they're going to you could kind of almost see that that's going to be a thing. That eventually it's going to be going away. Eventually it's not going to be around anymore. Because I don't drink Coke. I drink water. I drink unsweet iced tea, and I allow myself a Rockstar, which is, I think, now owned by Pepsi. So Coke doesn't get into my money anyway. All right. Those are the 3 things I generally tend to drink. But CBD infused beverages that help alleviate pain. Yeah, that could be something. That could be something I'm interested in. That could be something that I want to partake in. But this is what they said in the statement. Responding to a report from Bloomberg, said it was in talks with Canada's Aurora Cannabis Incorporated to develop drinks infused with cannabidiol, the non-psychoactive chemical found in marijuana. Coke would join a rush by major alcohol makers and cigarette companies to test the cannabis market to find partners ahead of the October 17th launch of legal recreational marijuana in Canada. Coke and Aurora, in separate statements, each said they were interested in cannabidiol-infused beverages, but would not comment on the specifics or talks. Aurora's stock soared about 17%, while Coke's edged up slightly. Yeah, I can understand why Aurora's would skyrocket. It makes sense why Aurora's stock would go up, right? They're talking with Coca-Cola about the prospect of joining forces for cannabis-infused Diet Coke with lime or something along those lines. Probably not that much. And but that would definitely be good for their investors. Coke, on the other hand, their investors are probably going to be like, we're not too sure yet. We're not too sure where we want to take this thing. We're not too sure how we want to take this thing. And I understand that. I get that. But I think that's going to change, man, because Canada legalizing recreational marijuana is going to be a big boom for jobs in Canada in that regard. It's going to be a big boom in terms of tax revenue for the country. We're seeing it here in different states where it's legalized. I think California just recently became recreational, and that has more people in it than the entirety of the country of Canada. And there's a lot of money to be made. In America right now, legalized marijuana or recreational marijuana is about a $5.4 billion a year industry. And they're estimating by about 2023, it's going to be in the neighborhood of like $20+ billion. That's only 5 years away, and it's going to quadruple. So now's the time. if you have the money, I wish I had the fucking money. If you have the money, get in on it and start investing in pot. I mean, we went through the crypto boom. That kind of died off. Let's go into the pot boom. that's my film school graduate economic financial advice. Don't take it or do with a huge grain of salt. But anyway, guys, that actually wraps up today's episode. This was fun. This was a lot of fun. Jumping back into the full, talking about a couple stories, not boring you entirely with tons of shit. And be sure to leave your comments below. If you guys, in fact, if you made it this far, made it all the way through, I want to know. I want you guys to tell me in the comment section. Type in THC, so I know you made it this far. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a fantastic day, and peace out.